what Luka just did, and that's freshest in my mind because it just happened, right? See, there's no business beating the Suns, Jay.
Mark this down. Luka Doncic is the best remaining player in the playoffs. Now, that says something a lot, that you got Steph Curry. I mean, you got Jason Tatum. You got Jimmy Butler. I mean, Luka Doncic is the best player. And you talk about in elimination games, man, dude's averaging 39 points. Now, granted, the sample size is not as bigger as the others, but LeBron James averaging 33.5. Michael Jordan averaging 31. KD averaging 30. This dude's averaging 39 in elimination games. Now, I'm starting high because, Key, I'm about to go so low. What the hell happened to the best team in basketball, man? Like, I was in shock yesterday. If you would have told me Luka and the Mavs would have won a tight one down the stretch, I would have said, okay. I still would have been like disappointed, embarrassed for Phoenix. But what happened yesterday to the Phoenix Suns was one of the worst things I've ever seen to one of the best teams, a team that people had claimed to be in the NBA Finals. Like, we were actually having a conversation about them beating Golden State. They got blitzed, man. They were down by 30 at home.
The whole thing.
30 at home, and had one of the best home court records in all of basketball.
In the first half.
I had to go, run and get something to eat, obviously. At the time, remember, I was texting you, Jay. I had to shake my phone because I was like, is this a typo or something wrong? I went, you know how your phone delayed a little bit on the score, so I had to shake my phone and look at it. I'm like, and that's when I text you. I was like, man.
What kind of phone you got?
I showed my son. I just shook it just in my mind, I showed my son. I'm like, look at this. He was like, no, Dad. I'm like, that's real. Then somebody sitting next to me was like, yeah, they're losing by 30. I was like, huh?
He thought his phone had to do its brain.
At that point, I figured 3 people on the team, all 3 of their bigs got hurt or something.
Yeah, man.
I was like, what the hell happened here?
So, Key, the worst was it was late in the second half, and Devin Booker went to the free throw line mid-third, and it showed his points, and it said 2 points. I said, oh, man, D-Book, the guy that gave Luka the nickname of all nicknames, the Luka Special, as you flopped on the ground one time, I think it was like game 4 or game 5, literally laying on the ground. The camera catches him saying, I'm doing a Luka Special. And this dude comes back to blitz you in game 6 and game 7.
No, the Luka Special is, and he's been doing it since he's a teenager. Stepping out onto the court, doesn't matter who else is there, and he knows he's the baddest dude on the court, and he doesn't care who else in the world is on the other team. Luka, were you aware you had as many points as the entire Suns team at the half?
Were you aware at halftime you had as many points as the Suns?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, what do you?
I see it. I see it.
What do you think of that?
I think our defense was amazing.
No.
But I mean, yeah, that was good. But like I said, this is a team win, team effort. And everybody played amazing. Everybody just left everything on the court. So I'm really proud of this team.
Yo, there's a little bit of like a Magic Johnson Showtime in him. When you're watching him play, it doesn't feel like you're watching a game, right? It feels like you're watching an event. There's a performance that this dude puts on. And the amount of trash talking, like, you will never question the grittiness or the toughness of this dude, Key. Like, legitimately, he wanted every piece of what came along with the territory of dominating away on CP3 and Devin Booker's home court in the Game 7.
It just looks so it looks so easy to me watching him, just he doesn't look – this isn't like watching the Joker, right? It's it's something about him that he just got that stuff. And it has nothing to do with him being white, but he reminds me so much of Larry Bird. It just smooth and it's flawless.
2.0.
No, for real though, Jay. I mean, you were young. I mean, you were so young. I don't know, obviously, up close in person and live, but you've seen enough clips and enough studying in basketball to know what Larry Bird looked like. I'm talking about it in the 80s when he was just rolling like that. He looks like that, just and Bird with the little all that just looks so smooth to me. It's crazy.
You know what else?
I'm starting to think he is probably going to win the championship by himself. I'm starting to really believe that.
Like Magic, you said Magic. Key, you said Bird. And I get the comparison to both. But like them, he's a big boy who knows how to use his body to create space, and you cannot rush him. You can't speed him up. He is going to play the game. Magic and Bird dictated the pace at which the game would be played, and there was nothing you could do. Right? It took MJ to come along, who's just like, I'm just better than you. I'm better than you. I want, the whole thing. But no one else could get them because they were in control. Like, Luka's going to play at the pace he wants to play. You're not going to speed him up. You're not going to do anything to him. He's a big old boy who knows how to use his body to create space, and he's got a counter for everything you do.
Solid ball handles, too.
Yeah, dude, he's like a Slovenian bully. Like, that's what he is on the court, man. And by the way, Key, props to Jason Kidd, because what you've seen him do the last 2 rounds as the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks has been off the charts. When they played against Utah, you know what they did? They targeted the hell out of Rudy Gobert. They put him in every ball screen possible. They had skip passes. They had him running all over the place. And Utah kept trying to go big, and they dictated the speed of the game with their sides. And with this series, they targeted the hell out of CP3. I don't know if you guys, the amount of times I saw CP3 as a 6'2" guard. I am 6'2". People say, oh, you're taller than what I expected. But when you're on the court against a dude who's 6'7", you are a liability on the floor, right? And I call it whatever it is for CP3, the quad injury, but I saw CP3 on the block trying to push his way out of Slovenian bully ball constantly with every single possession they had, and that wears and tears you. That breaks you down over time.
Man, it's a sport that selects out for size. The basket's way up in the air.
Nothing you could do.
Yeah.
You CP3, Key, there's nothing my man could have done.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.